Hey, Shoujo Girl, how's it going? Oh yeah. Let me just make one more note I was going to make last night. Too much work this week. It's not been fun. Yeah. Sorry to hear that, man. Oh hey, the Icarus node. Okay. Don't want them to be immune. You're going to constantly be throwing poison, and they are going to be immune to poison. Okay, so they're gonna go unstoppable. So we want slow champions, but there's a lot of skill champions, so I can't rely on She-Hulk exclusively. I'll probably bring Silver Centurion. I really need a 6-star sorcerer. But those two should really handle a whole lane. I guess I could go ahead and bring the 5-star sorcerer. She's just not going to be great at it. Oh, I have Hawkeye. I could do that. Yeah, I think I'll do that over sorcerer. Oh, you know what? Maybe I won't because the crit rating percent is actually quite good. Okay, well, Hawkeye can still be our 5th, unless, let's take a look. Hey, Butrid, how's it going? Morning. Okay, that's right. This is the one where... What did I say I was going to do for this one? House effects on Surfer? Sounds right. So I would need to bring one of them to do that? Okay, well, we don't need to use Hawkeye for this lane. Oh, you know what? Actually, there's another way to do this. Storm is one of the other possibilities because she can be Cold Snap immune, but she's a villain and can't use the House effects pre-fight. So no, it kind of does need to be Surfer. In which case, we might as well have an option for the lane. Okay. Hey, Jason. Working on Act 8 exploration as well. Only explored 811. Nice. Yeah, it's not like there's a lot of paths in here because, well, it's the same size as everything these days, but fair amount of work. All right. This doesn't seem too bad. You just have windows. Come on, man. Okay, fine. I'll redo the whole freaking lane because you're not going to use a special for 2 whole minutes. I guess the first quest, of course I'm going to restart, but that's... I just don't understand why the AI is like this. If they're running an entire beta to try and make sure that we can give feedback and enjoy the content, why is the AI this passive? I'm in the fourth quest, Putrid. Oh, that is some hot garbage. Okay, that one was on me, but I... Silver Sense Heavy Reach is so bad, and there's just enough of a wind-up on it that it's almost impossible to use lights to modify the spacing, which is what I did there, because most opponents can just recover fast enough from their heavies to throw a special in your face. Yeah, the damage is solid. Am I keeping track of counters for the bosses and which is easiest? Not really. Because with the exception of the She-Hulk one, they've all been super simple. And it just hasn't felt worth tracking. Like, that's kind of... Somebody else said that, and ever since it's stuck in my head that I really do feel like pretty much all of the bosses are a little too easy. And so I haven't felt like it's worth keeping track of the counters because either they're going to continue to be easy. Like, look at that. What is that range? Either they're going to continue to be easy, or counters will change because they'll get buffed. Kind of has to be one of the two. Wow, no poisons on that. That was pretty terrible luck, unfortunately. And again, we're only proccing poisons in the bleed immune phase, it seems. Don't do this again. Thank you. That was my fault. He had Panther's Might up. And I trusted the parry without paying attention. That's okay. We have revives. And potions. And that one was very realistic. Didn't feel like it was the AI doing anything to me. Okay, I guess we're restarting anyway. Good lord, the hitbox on that surprised the heck out of me. I'm watching this back. Yeah, I did dash too early, but alright, let's do this again. Hey, Meta, how's it going? Okay. This fight is fine. I'm just not playing terribly well, and this is a this is a rank 2. Used Mole Man to solo She-Hulk. Nice. Chipping away at Icarus with Xavier. Yeah, I agree, Sarah Ghost. I think it's a cool fight. Please apply. Thank you. Okay, that's what I was going for. Ah, fresh locked on. Now we really need to get a slow up. This would be so much easier if he were duped. Whoops. Okay, I got greedy again. That's fine, I'll heal him from there. I'm happy with how that fight went. Some real punishment there, though. Okay. Game seems awfully slow today. Right, Voodoo has increased ability accuracy. So the slows will still proc, which just means that we're going to need to... Oops, forgot about that part. Okay, so that means we need to back off. Let the first one procs. Or we can just land another heavy, because that'll remove it. So that should be fine. Just spam heavies while that's up. This little power sting. Nope. Okay. That felt a little too far, but it was worth a shot. Thoughts on Act 8 compared to Act 7? I like it. Bosses seem a bit easy. Paths seem fine. I feel like they're doing a... The paths seem pretty similar, but I feel like they're doing a good job of trying to make the actual played complexity of the fight similar while making it easier to read and understand quickly. I mean, I enjoyed a lot of the old nodes, but I am a crazy person who always reads nodes. And I know a lot of people really do not enjoy that, and I feel like they're making strides on that. So that part's very cool. Using Havoc. Good luck, Shitragoth. Yeah, I've heard that works better for some people. Oops, didn't get the locked on. That's okay. Those power stings in the poison phase are really nice. That was on me. Beautiful. Alright, I was actually watching the slow this time. Almost there. Good luck, Saraghost. That's awesome. Hey, True Potential. I haven't tried the fight yet with Professor X. I feel like I want to at some point, but I just feel like I have so much to do in game this week. Like ideally, I would get all of this sorted. It would be nice to have time to do an Icarus grind the first half of next week. I don't know if that's going to happen though. It's interesting that the first two fights had serious complications as far as like managing the slow. Like Black Panther reduces ability accuracy so your parries can fail, and then Voodoo has extra ability accuracy so they can go unblockable even if you have the slow up. And then you have Gwenpool and Cap, which don't really do anything. Weird little lag spike there. Cannot believe how laggy this fight is. Did you guys see that? Because that was not the stream. Me. Oh, Cap's an easy defender. Cap. Good lord, what on earth is going on here? We're not applying any poisons either. Gotta love that RNG. And then because it's the beta, you can't dex properly. Both of those were dodges. The block and the parry after it. This is getting ridiculous very quickly. What in the hell? No, this isn't a sidestep issue, guys. This is Does it just lag? Like, everything is delayed. Feels like the camera's getting wonky. I feel like I'm playing underwater here. Nope, that's on me. Of course, I would have survived that risk if I hadn't taken all that punishment earlier from whatever the hell that was. Funny thing is, I don't even have a single drop frame on OBS. That's just the game deciding to come to a full and complete stop. Hey, Kabir, how's it going? Psylocke is taking too much time. Do whatever makes sense for you in that fight. Personally, I like the relatively simple execution of Psylocke. It still lagged at the end there on that final heavy. So weird. No, I have not tried Rogue True Potential. I It does not seem like a fun fight to keep him below 7 energize on, because the minute he crosses that line, your special twos stop working. Or at least stop working without killing you. You need to pick your verbs carefully, Sarah Ghost. I got the offer, but I'm not gonna get it. You mean you were offered the offer? But yeah, I get what you mean. I wouldn't spend on it either. Because I could get it again and have Nimrod at rank 4 right now. But that would require $150, and I don't want to do that. Oh, come on, a poison, please. Guess not. And then, of course, he doesn't even come in, so I can intercept with the special one to refresh locked on. You jerk. No poisons. Good lord. Poison's in the poison immune phase, though, of course. Okay. No. God. I think that one was on me. But I swear it felt like things weren't. Yep. Hey, Steve. If I had War Machine and used special threes, this would require a lot less juggling. Oh, yeah, you're right. I was actually even thinking earlier, I don't remember what the special three does. Good call, Coat. Yeah, that would help. Because I used him for 3 fights. So, you only get what? Yeah, you only start with 2, but I think I would leave it off for Gwenpool, because that was the easiest one. Just use it on the other 2. That would work well. Yeah, I don't use Scent that much. I like him, but I completely forgot what his special 3 did. I really need to dupe him. Although, again, it's weird because he would literally be worse for this lane with the dupe. But not much worse, because between the slow that you're constantly applying and the poison from the node, you'd still get the power stings. And that's what matters here. That was on me, but oh no, wait, my She-Hulk isn't duped. Ah, crap, this is gonna hurt. I was like, time to show off her dupe. Oh wait, I don't have it. Whoop! Did not react to that fast enough. Alright, there go our Furies. Better that than death. Failed to solo Icarus 53 times. I'm sorry, man. It's a tough fight for sure. Um, yeah, but just reading back, I do agree, Sarah Ghost. I think it's fine to pass on it. Yeah, no, I got what you were going for with the increased duration, and 2 would be enough because the Gwenpool fight was beyond simple, and so having the longer debuffs for Black Panther and for Masacre would be enough, in my opinion. That would definitely be a really solid lane. Because then you would just drop. I mean, I didn't need Sorcerer. I only brought House of X for some utility on this boss here, which we'll see in a second. So you could leave Sorcerer on the team and just, instead of House of X, bring War Machine and assume you're taking one of the other bosses. Hey, easy. You're in Denmark? Nice. Okay, I think we can safely drop this for Surf. Yes. Okay. So Surfer handles the energy adoption. When we convert and get our buffs, she will go unblockable for 6 seconds, but that is not a problem. Hey, Jay Will, how's it going, man? Oh, you know what? I forgot that Armor Breaks turned off the adoption node. So I should actually stick to special twos here. Or I could go for a special three. Yeah, 'cause I actually don't want an Armor Breaker. Hey, Mike and Emma, how's it going? That's right. Special threes aren't actually knockdowns, unless they are. Oh well. Yeah, this is still more damage than going for the buffs. This is a super easy fight. Whoops. Lord, did I speak too soon. Alright, time to show off willpower. But you don't even need the House of X for this. It does make it easier to get openings. But yeah, Surfer spam special twos. This is a really simple fight. Like most of the bosses, they definitely need to upgrade a few of them. And as earlier with Captain America, as soon as I start saying, hey, this fight is easy, it starts lagging harder. These defenders are too sensitive today. You could also definitely do this with Doom because he would just keep um, shrugging the cold snaps every time he knocked her down. And of course Ghost, but that's even more boring than Doom. Okay, so Steve asked, basically if we reparry, Icarus goes unblockable, Miles being in control, denial goes on 100% miss free, so basically we can Miles cheese him. You can Miles cheese him, but it's important to remember that Miles does not just cause unblockable to miss, period. The opponent does have to be throwing specials. So make sure that you actually have camo up before you try and do that. Yeah, that's very easy. The mutant objective is tricky, but I would definitely go for magic. That seems to be a pretty simple one. Hey, Kato. You enjoyed week one more? I don't know, Meta. Like, I felt like I was definitely using skill in both of them, but I don't think I enjoyed week one more just because I don't enjoy Bane. And I'd rather like do a long, difficult Psylocke fight where I feel like it's really on me to balance block damage and find openings than a long, difficult Dragon Man fight where I'm just praying to not be deleted by direct damage I can't avoid. Yeah, Infamous, I agree. If the Crossbones had had a if the Crossbones had had an aggressive node on him, I think I would have enjoyed week one more. Hey, Snoops. Oh, if you 100% the beta, Snoops, you get 22,000 star shards transferred onto your main account. So it is extremely, extremely worth it. You use Ronin? Nice. Yeah, I've seen that one floating around. How do I feel about the weapon disarm duration in Act 8? Thinking it should pause during Defender specials. I, well, couple thoughts on this. I actually suggested the same change, Red Hat. The thing is, if it paused during Defender specials, then you have to keep in mind it would have to be shortened. Because whatever it's tuned as right now, it's like, okay, enters cooldown for 15 seconds, right? If if the disabling was paused during Defender specials, then that would probably need to be more like 9 seconds, right? And so the overall effect would be similar. Um, Personally, I would prefer that. It might confuse some players who aren't fully following it, which, given that, as best I can tell, the purpose of replacing the paradox nodes with these weapon ones is not to pull a bait and switch on us. It's not to just be like, hey, this is the same thing, but we're calling it something else. I think the purpose of these new nodes is to try and have a similar level of in-fight complexity while making it easier to understand. And so maybe throwing that pause in would improve the fight experience for those of us who understand what's going on, but would go against that second part of making it easier. I don't know. I think I'd still like that change, but it is worth noting that if they did that, they would definitely make the cooldown shorter because you have to balance them against each other. Because it's not like the weapon nodes are absurdly difficult right now and we need the 15 seconds with the pause. That would be too. Crossbones just held block. Icarus keeps fake blocking, and I have a weird thing fighting floaty champs. You and a lot of other people, true potential. They feel different, but it's a good thing to work on and to conquer. Here's what you have to do. Now go spend 400 to 600 hits doing it. I understand that argument, but I would rather that than deal with the Bane AI every time. Because, like, that is skill. Doing something over and over again and not messing it up is skill. Nice, Sarah Ghost. Okay, let's read the note here. Okay, it's the read node. Does anyone read can't take? No, 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 no. All right. It's just going to be that they're all going to have a really obnoxious block penetration because of prowess puncture and the fact that they're going to gain prowess from other sources, even if we avoid triggering deja vu prowess or whatever. Oh, wait, no, there is no deja vu. It's just prowess puncture. So yeah, that's just going to happen. Yeah, it's pretty significant. And you're dead. How many hits was that? 21? uh, that seems fair. 21 hits for 400,000 health. That's my boy. Billy. Rintra seems like he could be a good defender. Maybe. I don't think he's that bad because basically you just need to knock him down over and over again. There are some nodes he could be good on, but it's there are a lot of defenders these days where it's Oh yeah, they can be great if you can't stun them or have trouble knocking them down. And the problem is there's only a few nodes that actually do that. So you run into an opportunity cost issue pretty quickly. But he's at least going to be okay. You get unblockable specials, you get the unstoppable if you don't play him well. He's a mystic, he's not metal. He's not an Avenger, he's not some other Corvus charge, he doesn't evade. Like, all of those things matter. And then he has crit resistance as well. Do I think they will have a Paragon offer only before July 4th? I don't know. I really don't. I don't expect it. I feel like the Paragon objectives in Eternity of Pain are plenty on that front, but you never know. I was kind of expecting that awful Thronebreaker daily card the other day to have a Paragon level to it, but obviously it did not. Oh, you know what? I should have grabbed the Willpower healing. But he's not going to throw another special. Maybe? Are you going to throw it? Here, boy. Never mind. um, I like seeing these lanes in real content because there's always some like silly easy lanes anyway. Might as well make this be one of them. But it is truly so easy. Granted, I have literally the perfect team for you, but the game could lack less. That would be great. Sue's part of the synergy team is actually really helping us here because she's increasing our block proficiency and giving us a higher perfect block chance. That's a pretty big deal against all this prowess puncture. Um, God, that's laggy. All right, speaking of block penetration, hi, Victor. What just happened? Come on, man. I wonder if too many people are playing the beta. Oops. Alright, we can do this the slow way. I would certainly prefer to get a special 2 off. But I also don't really want to be hit while you have, like, all that prowess. Block penetration. So slow it is. Yeah, Alexis. It was a pretty common comment last week. And I agree. It's definitely one of my least favorite things about that stuff. Okay, cascading failure. I know that it's an eggs or a tiger fight. I'm gonna do it with Reed anyway. Uh, like it. I like it, K-Dog. There's quite a bit of good stuff in here. Love is difficult because, like, I think the bosses are a bit easy. We haven't had, there's like nothing on the level of Superior Kang or anything. There are a couple lanes I'm not in love with, and then there's just the fact that we don't have the refractor on here, so the inputs still stink. But overall, I'm having fun. Hey, Robbie. Okay, intentionally held that there. Nope, that's not gonna. Oh, that's gonna. Okay. Glad it was only the one. Come on. Come on, jerk. Alright. Alter it is. Aw. This is why I stopped taking him in war with Reed. this right here. Knock him down, then throw the special 2. Okay. We just went a long way in there without ever throwing a light. Okay, need to knock him down again. Nope. Nope. Ouch. Yeah, then I just missed the reparry. Oh, it's not a hard fight at all, PWF. I destroyed it with Tigra the other day. I was just forcing Reed on it when he is not a good counter. And like we've got Torch. Degeneration is not energy damage in Ishinabe. I know, it's Zach. But no, degen is direct damage. Oh, mistake. And Reed is not good for Maw. No. And for the reason that we saw in that last one. The the spacing after the special one is almost impossible for Reed to land his heavy. Um and if he doesn't give you openings for those parries, you lose all your debuffs and you lose your ramp. I did that one purely out of like masochism and curiosity. All you need. Okay, maybe that as well. Um, but yeah, Reed is not good for Maw. There is not a champ immune to direct damage. That's at the risk of being glib. Why it's called direct damage, because it bypasses all resistances. However, when the direct damage is specifically degen, there are a few champions that can deal with it, and as long as it's coming from a passive source, Gulk can deal with it whether it's degen or not. There's a lot of complexities to typing of damage. That's actually going to be my next glossary video. Is just these last 2 weekends were awful, and so I haven't done that, but I'm hoping to get that out this Sunday. Okay. I know that this is a minor thing, but when they zoom us to a point, it should be centered in the screen, not hidden over here. Anyway. Okay, immune to nullify, staggers, and armor break. Could matter. We have to knock them down. Oh, it's the stifle one. Okay, and we want a bunch of unique buffs. Okay, so no kingpin. I'm feeling. I was gonna say Nimrod and Odin, but then that bishop is gonna be really freaking annoying. Like, I'm definitely bringing Odin. Um, is it unique buff or just buff? Each unique buff. Okay, so Nimrod is. Because I was thinking we could go this team and just use Punisher, and I think that's what I want to do. It's just then that means using like Punisher for Omega Red, and that doesn't really excite me. But the alternative is using Nimrod against an Omega Red with like 700 Furies on him. Or I can just bring a second Odin. I know that's so stupid, but that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Alright, Old Man Asgard. How do I turn the node off again? Should have read that, huh? Okay, that works. Non-damaging debuffs. Wait, what? How is it possible to take more damage from non-damaging debuffs? That has to be a typo, right? Well, it's not that, or they would have taken a lot. Oh no, wait, it's not. Oh no, it's not disarmed right now. Okay, but it doesn't say how to disarm it. I just need to read the node for the next one. That's fine. Odin is Odin. Whoops. I don't know why I tried to punish that. Or why I didn't interrupt that and just allowed it to hit me. Oh well. Okay, let's read the note again. Okay, you can knock them down with it, but it specifically has to be the back to the wall. That's fine. It says, okay, more damage while suffering from non-damaging debuffs. Yes. Okay, so if I stun them and then throw the special 2, that's fine. But that also just means that Nimrod and Punisher are going to be amazing for this. So that works. But we will have to keep in mind how to actually play the node when we get to Omega Sentinel, because I think that one's going to be going back to Odin. Whoops. That's annoying. Come on, throw it. Throw it. Thank you. Well, it's not quite what I wanted, but... Yeah, I should have just thrown the special 2 early. I definitely should have thrown the special 3 before the stun expired. But that's okay. Very... I am going to go ahead and wait this time. Fine. You jerk. Yeah, I know, Zach. You've explained it before. Red damage counts as non-damaging debuff. Oh, right. I'm just rereading. Yeah, no, it does count. It counts as a damaging effect. Meta. That's what matters against the Grandmaster. I do not have any materials, BT. Makes me pretty sad. Did I do Eternity of Pain on stream? I did the Simsup clear on stream, and then I did Psylocke later, which I have a video on. And I went back and I timestamped the stream, so if you want to see the Simsup solo, you can skip right to it. How's it going, Strands? Use some revives. That's fair, that's what they're there for. Restarted to get the solo with Professor X. Whoops. Alright. Okay, I cannot intercept Rudd today. Oh, and I'm not going to have the battery left to do a... You know what? Hold on. I want to get this right, because it could be a really fun fight. Really good Professor X prowess, or practice. I probably will do that later then. Didn't feel like it with Symbiote Supreme. Oh, the restart. Gotcha. Did I ever play Skyrim? Yeah, I did. Um, I played a bit of Skyrim. I played a lot more of Morrowind further back. Right, well, they have a Fury, they're immune to the... Oh, that's... okay. This fight is a lot worse than I thought it was. And actually, all of them will be. But mainly this one, because I didn't process that us throwing a special automatically puts a non-damaging debuff on us, which triggers his Fury, and therefore makes him immune to armor break, which is Punisher 99's only long-term non-damaging debuff. So even though we avoid the stifles from having Odin, this is pretty miserable. As is the fact that I dashed out of that after blocking the first one, and it just made the thing hit me. Alright. Wonder how far heavy spamming him in the corner would go. Yeah, I'm willing to try that. It's just the energize means that even when we're at overdrive, it's not great. And I do not understand why the stifles are getting through. Like, that really bothers me. There should be a 0% chance of that happening. You still have to crit to do anything with the heavy spam, unfortunately. Like, this just would have been infinitely better with Odin, which was the other option. I mean, that helps, don't get me wrong. I appreciate the idea, but good lord, this was just a terrible, terrible idea because of the armor break issue. Like, I know they have 0 potency against him, but having that, like, long span of just being able to wail on him would have been really nice. Hey, XP. Yeah, I knew that was too early. That's alright. I mean, there's just not a lot of money in that, Zach. It's a lot of work to update old games, and it doesn't give them that much. Alright, well, it's Nimrod practice. Nope. I... Okay. And there's the inputs. I don't know if any of you know what I mean, but like when you know that you dexed and nothing happens. I don't know how to describe it, but there's this. It almost feels like a hitch, and I definitely felt that there. No BGs, I'm not really feeling it, man. Like I will do more, but my deck is not good for this meta, and I need to focus on getting this beta done because the shards from this are very important. It's just not that fun to get tilted on stream about the AI. Like I'll win some of the times. I'll have some fun times. I will do more BGs later, but I'm not particularly enjoying this week because the combination of my weaker deck and the AI just feels like a fair amount of it is out of my hands. And that's no fun. Actually, we'll try him again here. That's good, Neen. Yeah, like I know there are fan projects for that stuff, like Skywind or whatever, and I'm all for it. Again, why are the stifles getting through? You know, I'm restarting that because yeah, I'm just gonna revive him. That just tilts me so much. Why are the stifles getting through? Is it because it's truly only 33%? And so there's a 1% chance? If so, they really need to up it to 34% because it's absolutely stupid that you can go to the investment of bringing double Odin for champs like this. And then it's like, Stifle comes through anyway. Yeah, let me go ahead and mark that. That's almost certainly what it is. Do I feel like the beta content's more balanced towards having rank 3s than X7 was? I'd say arguably. When I've gotten hit, it's certainly hurt. And they have a lot of it. That's what I wanted against the last one. Okay. Okay, that felt worth the payoff. Yeah, the disorient one is not my favorite true potential. You basically need a way to stun them without parrying. And there just aren't a ton of champions that can do that. There are a few though, so I don't know that it feels unfair or anything. Alright, we're gonna wait on this one because it's Bishop and he's awful. No, you absolute jerk. I know I was slow on that one, don't worry. Yep, here comes the pain. See if I can push into the special too. Okay, that's what we need. Again with the 1% stifle thing. Coming in at the absolute worst moment. That's that's so tilting. Uh, okay. Well, of course they're running max MD. I am too. I I don't think that's unfair or anything, and I run stand your ground as well. I did not get the win objectives already. So like I do need to do battlegrounds. I'm just not particularly having fun this week is all it is. Not a whole lot you can do to play that one, but like I didn't really feel like I had room to play into the node because if I really insisted on stunning into specials, then she just would have auto blocked me because I would have lost the true strike. But that's fine. Odin handles it. Feeling the champ recharge right now, trying to stay in the top 250. I understand, man. Which is the other reason I know I need to do some of it. I just think at the moment it's more likely to be off stream because I'm just not really enjoying myself. And I don't feel like it's particularly fair to y'all. Um, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. That's fine. Yep, recovered. But yeah, I just don't want to be a downer. Dang it. Okay, it's fine. Just throw it now. I just needed to be doing that a lot more through the fight. Dang it. Double dang it. He waited me out. No, I I dexed. Oh well. Which is, of course, I'm trying not to be a downer, and then I'm coming over here to the beta where the inputs are fun, fun and interactive. Yeah, I get that, Matt. I just can't not think about how things could have been. And so like if I win or if I lose a 1-2 match and I know that I could have won the second one if I hadn't dodged 6 heavies at the corner without the opponent throwing their special 2 before they finally went red, it's difficult for that not to get to me. I know that about myself. And so I'll be doing a fair amount of it off stream this week. Okay, this is the skill one. Lotto Jabari, Kingpin. But they also do this. Okay. Feels like they explicitly wanted to make this one more Killmonger friendly. I appreciate that. Yeah, man. I can for sure say don't care. There's only so much I can drop it. Yeah, I don't think we actually want to use Kingpin here. Like, he'll go unblockable, but it just sounds absolutely miserable. Unless we just assume the Sixth Sense node isn't working at all, but that sounds kind of lame. So I think I'm going to go with these. But then I want, yeah, I want Winter Soldier. Not my rank 2 5-star mole. But yes, you could use him here. The other reason I said that they went out of their way to make this Killmonger friendly is the Mangog, because I think that the invulnerable or the indestructible charges help there. And obviously they did put a Cosmic Ghost Rider, which hoses Killmonger a little bit, so like ultimately it feels like they're trying to go for a bit of a mix, which I like. It's fine. Matt, there are a lot of champions I don't have as 6 stars. I know SSX on average has more spending than GT40, but I promise you, it is not me. I'm glad this one doesn't have the passive heal block. Yeah, like I'll take a run through my roster in a second and show you just what I'm missing. DLL just hoards all the Nimrods. Doesn't Vega have a Nimrod? Yeah, a lot of them were definitely not working right, but I don't know if they changed it or something, BT, but you saw I just got auto-blocked in that last fight, so maybe it's up now. See, this is why Black Panther is not nearly as reliable as Killmonger for this stuff. Because even though an intercept would give him True Strike, it doesn't give it to him on the hit that would intercept. Which is why we keep seeing all of those stupid auto blocks. 50% chance, my ass. Oh, right, it's Voodoo. So he literally has a 100% chance to auto block, which means we need to go into Panther's Might for this to have any help. Or any hope. Which means that we have to parry, which means this disorient really sucks, and now we can't use our specials. Oh, this is super fun. Oh, because there's also insult to injury. Oh my god, this fight is almost unwinnable. Freedom. Okay. Being super passive, though, too. Really is not helping. I was slow on that intercept. This is so bad. And I'll remind you, we're supposed to be reducing his ability accuracy here, and it's just not. Like, I know my Black Panther isn't SIG 200, but you would expect at least some of those to get through. I actually let myself get hit there because I was hoping he would do an odd numbered combo and then throw a special and stop having increased ability accuracy. Because this fight is miserable enough, I actually think that might be a good idea. Whew, that was awful. Good luck, Bean. Ah, why are they so passive? Really annoying. Okay, that's what the last fight was supposed to look like. I just should have used Killmonger for Voodoo. I forgot about the increased ability accuracy. They've been sneaky. That's the at least the second, maybe the third spot we've seen him placed in this beta, where they just drop Voodoo to be like, hey, that node that you think you're turning off, you're not turning it off. Yeah, I remember you talking about that, Coat. Okay, it was bleed and poison immune the whole time, then that makes sense. Because I thought when you last talked about it, I thought you said maybe it was like shifting immunity, and I was thinking you would just build Blade's power and shrug them. But if it was truly bleed immune, then yeah, that would for sure be a trap. Because I keep forgetting about the Matt. That's the only reason. Thank you. Sure. I wasn't blocking. Why not? I probably should have just used Killmonger. purified the armor break that way. Hate this. And he's just going to wait out Panther's Might. So much for my ability accuracy reduction. Oh. This isn't worth it, even in the slightest. I'm using Killmonger. No, I wasn't going for the real feel. Like, none of these fights are that hard, and a lot of them are sacks of hit points anyways. Might as well be boosting. When did Kabam say they didn't change the AI, Zach? That sounds like the kind of thing that they avoid saying at all costs for the most part. I swear, it feels like the armor break comes around more often than the others. I know it doesn't, and it's just that it's the one that annoys me the most. Man, there's some real confirmation bias happening for me there. The AI is the man behind the curtain. Yep. Doesn't allow us to use our full abilities. I mean, there's always... This is a difficult conversation because you don't want the AI to just roll over and die, right? Like, that's... Then the game's not interesting. There's no challenge. But as I always say, it's inherently an asymmetrical game. You are always at a disadvantage relative to the AI. It doesn't make any sense for the AI to have way more resources than you and for them to play specifically to counter all of your abilities. And so, like, the thing that I always point to is like Aspect of War or Abyss Luke Cage, nodes that almost require you to intercept, and the minute that window shows up, stop charging, just idle forward and use lights, that can get all the nope, I'm gonna stop myself before I say something I don't want to say on stream. But like that, I find that really cheap and not cool. But what do you mean by that, Alexis? When you say everyone felt a change in the AI, when? The AI is constantly changing. Like, what do you mean by that? Yeah, the AI is constantly changing. It's constantly evolving. All you can really speak in terms of is trends. And I think the trend line for a while has been the AI doing things that I think are over the line as to how smart they can be and the games still feel fun. But like there's no one point. The best champions to intercept are the ones like Rhino. Absolutely, Matt. They throw their mediums all the time. Or Professor X when he has a falter up. Hey, cream cheese, how's it going? But that's the kind of thing that I mean. Like, if it's if the fight is built so that you have to do a certain thing, the AI shouldn't be taking that away from you. Right, but we've been saying that for a long time, Alexis. That's kind of my point. I know. But like that's not you're saying everyone noticed a change in the AI, but when? Like we're talking in terms of trends here, and it's something that happens a little bit at a time over a long period of time. And I'm also not aware of Kabam ever saying, "Hey, we didn't change the AI." Because like we know they do. I'm looking away. The only thing I remember them actually saying about the AI is, "Hey, we didn't change the AI profiles." Um, which could very easily be plausible deniability, which is basically just like, hey, we didn't change the difference between 3 stars and 4 stars. I don't believe for a second that the AI doesn't get tweaked every single update. Yeah, but last couple of months, that's still like, I'm sorry, we're not on the same page here. Yeah, exactly, Matt. That's all I'm saying. The AI was tweaked to alleviate the input issues. The discussion popping up again after the refractor's in place, they can go back to harder AI. But like, they it depends what kind of harder AI you mean. So, because harder AI being like more aggressive AI or like trying to use their own abilities, maybe chaining specials out of combos, like that kind of stuff doesn't bother me. But if harder AI just means I know what the challenge is on this node, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that you can't actually string any of the things together. I'm going to wait out all of your beneficial effects. I'm going to wait out all of the negative effects on myself. And I'm going to not throw specials because I know that something about this fight is just going to get me to my special 3 and then you lose. That's not harder AI. That's just a giant middle finger to the player. And I do think there needs to be a distinction between those two things. Yeah, and Zach is saying another thing that's important about this, which is that on any fight where it's not a cheap screw you, you lose button, it's just delaying the inevitable and it makes everything like it just makes the game less fun. And the point of the game is to be at least a little bit fun. I know I do get what you're saying here, Coat. It is a thing that is hard to talk about cleanly because there's all these little nuances and you want the game to be challenging. Yeah, Zach. Like the AI throwing specials as but like again it depends. The AI throwing specials as you come in, if you have messed up the judgment on the window being safe is a good thing. That's the AI being more challenging. The AI throwing specials on a hair trigger every time you dash would be going too far because then you can just never hit the opponent's block, right? Like it's there are certain patterns that you still can't push past or just nothing works. It's yeah, it's really difficult to talk about all the way these things overlap with each other, but I don't think it's in a good place right now. And cream cheese to answer you, I believe he's 160 at the moment. Yeah. Oh, that's different orange. Okay, so there are two different distinctions here. Like, I think that it is absolute BS that let's use the Penny Parker boss in map 8 as a specific example. I think that it is completely stupid that if you remove the protection and you put Conflictor on cooldown, she will block until they're both gone. Like she will just refuse to do anything until the window that you just paid a significant price to open is closed again. That to me is absolutely stupid. Mordo being passive while power gaining, that doesn't bother me at all because you can throw a heavy to break through it. You can control the buff. You can stagger it. You know it's coming. You can try and bait his heavy. Sorry, I'm burping a little bit. You can try and bait his heavy specifically so that what am I trying to say? You can bait his heavy so that you time it so that the very end of your combo is right as the power gain would come up. There are all kinds of counter plays you can do for Mordo because you know that at some point he's just going to gain a bar of power and he's going to sit over there. So if you push him to 2 bars of power and then like don't bait properly, if you don't control the buff, you're going to have a bad time. But you can play around it. That's very, very different than the Penny Parker boss, where it's just, I have told you I want you to jump through these hoops. And then once you're through those hoops, I'm going to give you a piece of candy. And then you jump through the hoops, and I actually say, never mind about that piece of candy. You have to do something else. And oops, time's up. Bye. Like, I didn't. That metaphor isn't awesome, but that's kind of the direction that I'm trying to go here. I'm gonna try that again with Negs, because now we have Tigra, and that's a pretty easy fight. Got a free coffee from the coffee shop this morning? Nice, Madrox. Welcome. Yeah, that was dumb. I don't know why I dashed back that much. Didn't. I thought I had time. Nope. I deserve that. I waited too long. Okay. All right. Good practice. I still don't like the fight at all, Coat. I fought it with all the nodes down. I don't like the way the AI behaves on it at all. Because she will throw heavies constantly when what you actually need her to do is throw her special too, so you don't send her red next time you trigger Conflictor. She will throw heavies when you can't punish them because she has a high auto block chance or something. And yeah, you can break down the shield, but then in my experience, you break down the shield and you need to throw a heavy to counter her heavy to get the protection off. And then you do that, and she just waits for the shield to come back. Like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, there are a lot of things you can do, but it's the overlapping windows in that fight, the AI just waits them out. Yeah, Charlie Brown with Lucy's football is a better metaphor, thank you. Like, you're not going to convince me that that fight is fun. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm saying that every time I have fought it with something other than House of X pre-fight heavy spam until she dies, which is not like how the fight is designed. I think we can all agree on that. If I've tried to engage with it straight up, I hate it. Who do you use for it, Coat? You enjoy it with her. Yeah, tempted to be rude, PG. Or Herc again. Yeah, and that's how that fight normally goes down. It's almost always Hercules every single time. Because if you try and use anyone else and play around the nodes and not just bypass them with one of the most broken champions of the last few years, then that's where everything I'm talking about with the AI comes into play. I don't really care that Herc takes her down, because that's not my complaint. And don't straw man me with the Groot thing. Shang-Chi is different, yes. But Shang-Chi, when she's debuff immune so that you don't even engage with part of the fight and just going unblockable over and over again, is eh. I use Herc with Wags. Yeah, that's that's like what you should do. Hey, clown. Just complaining about AI and AQ. Hey, Cyber. Like on the same subject, the Silver Surfer on my path almost refuses to throw special ones while in the Fury or the Armor phase, loves throwing them in the Power Gain phase. Both the bosses are made much easier if you leave nodes up. I mean, for the champions you are running. Like I've used Odin on that before, who should be a good counter. Recording the fights isn't gonna convince me, Cope. Because I'm not. Here's the thing. I think I'm saying I don't like the way the fight is designed, and what you're saying is there's a way through it. And that is completely talking past me. Like that's not you're just not addressing what I'm saying. Because I know there are ways past it. I've soloed the fight before, more than once. I've seen tons of other people solo the fight. That's not the point I'm making at all. I'm saying that that fight in particular encapsulates my frustration with some of what they've been doing with the AI. Because if I use Odin or whatever, and I break her shield, and then I heavy counter her without triggering Conflictor, I get the protection down, she just turtles. She waits for the protection to come back, she waits for her shield to come back, then she throws the special 2 into my block, and I like can't punish it because she still has the blue charges. Like that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. Is that yes, you can get through it, you can solo it, but it encapsulates perfectly everything that bothers me about this AI. I'm not saying it's impossible. I don't need to see your recordings of the fights. I've taken the fight, I've soloed the fight, I've seen a dozen other people solo the fight. It's completely beside the point of what I'm saying. Saying you're making the boss more difficult, leading to frustrations. There's supposed to be. I I just don't agree. Because 99.9% of the options that anyone can use for that fight actually have to engage with certain things. If they wanted you to just use Hercules and leave the debuff immune node up, why would they even throw Conflictor on? Like I just don't agree with you that that's the design intent. I think the design intent is very much one thing, and the AI makes that one thing frustrating, and so everyone is just like, well, then this is the easy way, let's do this. My point is, I think that's bad design. It's the same way that there's that wombo combo lane in 7.4, where the smart way through it is to just use Apocalypse. But that's not what the node was designed to do. And like you can tell somebody, oh, well, you're not using Apocalypse. You're making it harder. You're frustrating yourself. It's your fault. But the node is clearly not designed for Apocalypse. The node is clearly designed for somebody else to inflict a lot of debuffs and then you get the payoff of the DJ. Like, I don't know. We don't have to talk about this anymore. I don't think it's chill for the AI to wait out effects. That's where this all came from. Hey, Benito. Takes teamwork and knowledge to truly overcome it. I understand the knowledge, man. Like, again, it's not like we've spent items on a Penny Parker boss. I'm not even sure in, like, maybe week one. I I don't I feel like you're not really picking up what I'm putting down. And so I think we should just move on. That's cool on Madrox. Or sorry, that's cool on Psylocke Madrox. I really enjoy her as well. I don't have a Discord cyber. I don't feel the need to build one from scratch. I don't know. I tend to hang out in Vegas. I do plan to build a private members chat, but at the moment the only people paying for the level of membership where I put that perk are already in a private chat with me, so I haven't made a separate one. I understand, easy. Is rank 3 Unawakened Strife good first rank 3? That's a tough question, Goron. Because like he's probably worthy, and eventually you can use him in Abyss where he's excellent for at least the mutant challenge and arguably a lot of the other lanes. And in there he doesn't really need the dupe. But on the other hand, like there's a lot of content where the fact that he's not duped is really gonna bother you because it's gonna be very hard to ramp him. And while Strife is good for a number of things, he's not really great at that much. And so I think I might. My advice is probably to wait. It's like if Superior King turtled when you got to the part where you could inflict damage a little bit. I mean, there's a reason that that fight auto stuns him, right? This just looks like Doom the whole way. All right. And or Kingpin. Could also throw on Diablo, just for the Cersei, which works with Kingpin as well. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I don't know, Cyber. Do you have you done any farming, or are you just planning on doing it with just the 4,000 units? Immunity to incinerate. That's the first time I remember seeing just a screw you Masacre node. Okay, and there's the go away Moleman, go away Killmonger. Okay, so they really want you to engage with this. I feel like Black Panther is still the way to go, though. Yeah, Sarah Ghost. I don't think that Strife is useless either. You're planning on farming too? Then I think 4K is probably alright. Yeah. Like, that's a good cushion. Just try and make sure you have a lot of revives going in as well. Alright, but I think we can use Black Panther for the Wasp. Yeah, the debuffs, you're right. Yeah, and that bypassed the shock. I do like Surfer there. A lot of ways to deal with this Hercules. I mean, realistically, literally anyone could take him. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. Weird that every time you dex, you're gonna eat your own combo party buffs. If I were better with crossbones, that's probably an incredible crossbones fight. Ah, enhanced abilities. There's the answer. I was like, can I take this with Tigra? No. Oh no, I know. That's what I'm saying, Coat. Like that's why I said it's weird that when you dex, you're gonna eat up your own combo party. Like I understand the point is to give you the steadfast buff, but I would, given the way the precision works, I'm not sure I want to lose them. The Psylocke for the Daredevil would not be fun. Like there are a lot of things you could do for this. I think my favorite would, I mean, of course, is just Apocalypse with House of X. But you could also, I think I'm gonna try Storm X for this one actually, because you have the special one for the passive slow. She gets real benefit from the special three. All right, no Killmonger there. Um, wait, what were we just looking at? That's right. Could probably use Tiger for that. We said Kingpin and Diablo. Yeah, so I'll leave Doom off, and let's just go ahead and bring Joe. The other precision is passive, which is why I said that it was Dex's that do it. Yeah, those two are tricky, Cyber. Who do you have for Iron Man and Invisible Woman? That's fair, Steve. A lot going on in that fight. I let myself get backed up too much with Diablo, so one thing I'm trying to get better about is canceling out of the Philosopher's Mix forwards sometimes and not just backwards. Like, it's safe to go backwards, but you do it 7 times in a row and you have a real problem. Plus, they often block after, so it's plenty safe. I just need to do that more. My friend, do you mind? Whoops. The upgraded insult to injury throws me. Joseph Michael. So important to note, insult to injury does mean that we will basically be unable to parry for this entire fight. So just be ready for it. No, that's frustrating. I was just wondering if they finally fixed Kingpin so that when he goes into double overpower, his damage doesn't go down. Here we are. Like, that one seemed right, but it's just something very wonky happens in his coding. I'm doing this one for me. Dang it. That was stupid. I just should have stayed away. Okay. Recovered. Dex, like, didn't happen when I wanted it to. I really should not have dashed in. Very dumb. Okay. Nice unstoppable you got there. Be a shame if it expired before you could land any more combos. Yeah, see, the damage is lower again on the non-crits. That's it's so weird. Yeah, my overpower expired and the damage on my non-crits went up. But it's fine now, it just seems to be when they overlap. Whoops. Alright. 7 more paths, but 8.1 is the real eternity of pain. I mean, it would definitely feel better if we were getting like a full chapter's rewards, but I will take the shards and be very happy. Yeah, meta. With the exception of a few times when I had the unstoppable up, but for the most part, it wasn't that bad. But DLL, if you were going to just use Tigra for everything, why did you bring Diablo? I don't know, man. You jerk. I did try and delay, but I just hate how many medium animations seem to just cut through her heavy. I probably need to trust myself more on the special one counters, but I don't know. Something about the way he lunges forward and then back throws me on some spacings. Felt really easy on that last one, though. Hey, Arrow. I try and save the word OP for when I truly think things are OP cyber, but Tigra is very, very fun. Hey, Nathan. I think Diablo's the one to switch out here. Um, Ty, she's much, much better with it. Like, to the point where people, I think, often underestimate how much better. But she is usable without it. She still does a lot of damage. She still has her buff control. She can still cause projectiles to miss with her heavy. It's just a much slower ramp. I think I would still take her to, like, if you're talking 6-star, I would take her to rank 2 without the dupe. Um, and practice that way. I don't think I would take her to rank 3 without the dupe unless I had something in particular that I was. Whoops! Oh, come on! Stupid inputs. Come on, cold snap me. Thank you. Well, no. Thank you. Alright. Do I think Surfer is good outside of Prestige? I do. I think Surfer is badly underrated. He's not truly immune, but being triple resistant and using those debuffs to power your own abilities, being able to do red damage that is not dependent on how much damage you dealt with your actual hits. having easy access to armor up, easy access to fury, unblockable specials, reliable vigilance. Like, he's much better with the Odin pre-fights, but Surfer is very good. I mean, he kind of should be, shouldn't he, Saragost? Let's go ahead and do the last quest once, because I think I'm running a little bit low on steam today. It's like we see him fly in space. If you can fly in space, you're cold snap immune. Okay, so the boss just doesn't matter. Cool. Um. Okay, there it is. Weird how all of these are in this. Cool. Cosmics. Yeah, Benito. I forgot to mention that, but I do that quite a bit. It didn't make much sense in that fight, in my opinion. Um, but yes, his ability to land a heavy cleanly is very powerful. It makes him one of only really four, right? Doom, Wasp, America Chavez, and Surfer. I think that's the list of those who can land heavies cleanly from combos. And then the phase also can do weird stuff. Like you can use it to get around enemy specials, but that's pretty high level. If his prestige wasn't as high, do I think people would rank him as much? Absolutely not. Because I think that Surfer is good outside of prestige. I don't think that people realize how good he is outside of prestige. His damage isn't usually flashy. His utility is subtle. He's not a champion that a lot of people rank to use, and he never will be. There is no Sigil Arena, no, Steve. Yeah, he is quite good, Nito, I agree. Nice, true potential. Good luck to your friend. These boosts are insane. I'm not used to seeing Surfer with 27k. Would I rank Icarus in the same class as Surfer? No, Icarus is significantly more niche. Icarus is good, but he's a rank down from Surfer, clearly, in my opinion. Hmm. Well, they did say they were going to try and give us ways to get her that weren't just the sigil, right? So that makes sense to me. Oh man, I should have finished the combo. I thought that would finish the job. What day the Dormammu quest opens up? I can't remember either. Either Ethan, either Ethan. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. I was just getting annoyed with how much I was blocking. But that was dumb. Cool. We're just gonna die to the next special one. Or miss Tuesdays? Yeah, then I missed him a second time. I'll do it next week. I'm not worried. Need to get this beta done. Yes, Nathan. I haven't done it at all yet. Yeah, it is kind of weird coat, but at the same time, like, if the other one is Beast, I'm okay with it. Maybe I should have just done hype for this one. Whoa. No, 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 no. Okay. How about you throw a special? Huh? Okay, I shouldn't have done that, but it was fun. uh, yeah, it definitely could affect the Icarus cutoff Madrox. Needs an overseer with that surfer. I mean, all that was necessary for that was for me to just not be that aggressive. Also, one of the hits whiffed, and like that would have done it. Ah, the extra, yeah, that would have been nice. I could have tried to step back into it, but then he might have thrown it. Yeah. I mean, I just need an overseer in general. He's high on my list of champions I would like to have. Okay, I thought the heavy counter worked. Guess it's been a while. I'll push her to the special one then. Oh well. Still want Hype to have a synergy that gives him true damage. At least on the... Stop trying to counter the heavy. Not when she does that anyway. But at least on the special 3. I just hate how badly resistance hurts him. probably would have worked. You just can't respond when she throws it willy-nilly. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense, Code. I don't even remember what the Golden Adaptoid does, so. Odin it is. Yeah, okay, debuff immunity. That's kind of what I thought I remembered. So just be careful, go for the True Strike. Oh, that's really cool, Coat. Whoops. Hmm. The mystery reward was 1 gold. Cute. All right. All right. I'll do some more of that later. Calling it here. Maybe I'll be in the mood to do some Battlegrounds later. Good luck to everyone still working on the Icarus fight. If you are doing it with Professor X and you're still struggling, definitely check out Campo's video. I know that's helped a lot of people. If you're working on, if you don't have Professor X and you're not willing to do it with Psylocke like I did, which I would not blame anyone for, Nerd did it with Strife and has a great video on that. I linked that in the description of my Psylocke video. Check that out. He also took it with Magic if you want to see that. But yeah, good luck on that. And if anyone decides to go for Sigil Witch, good luck on that grind. I'll catch y'all later. Thanks so much for hanging out as always. Enjoy the conversation.